They called humanity primitive, chaotic, predictable, yet as Commander Jax Havoc Daxton watched alien dreadnoughts burn in confusion and panic, he laughed. Predictable? Jax smirked wickedly, opening galaxy-wide comms, his voice dripping with savage humor. Buckle up, universe. We're about to redefine chaos. Commander Jax Daxton, known simply as Havoc to both allies and enemies, stood calmly in front of the massive tactical display, his eyes reflecting the endless flicker of blinking alien warships gathering ominously near Earth's orbit. The holographic screen pulsed red, alien vessels lighting up like angry insects swarming a nest. Around him, the Phantom Reapers, humanity's deadliest combat specialists, gathered in a semicircle, expressions ranging from steely confidence to barely contained eagerness. "Gentlemen," Havoc began, his voice sharp yet surprisingly cheerful given the circumstances. "The Taurus Concordance is throwing a little welcome party in orbit. Unfortunately for them, we're crashing it." Lieutenant Reese, Havoc's second in command, snorted softly, folding his arms. "They broadcasted to the entire galaxy predicting our surrender within hours. Seems a bit arrogant, doesn't it?" Havoc flashed his signature cocky smile. "If they'd done their homework, they'd know humanity has a habit of disappointing arrogant pricks. Today won't be different." A ripple of laughter filled the room, breaking some of the tension. Havoc waited a beat before his expression hardened. "But listen carefully. These aliens aren't idiots. Their psychic hive network is integrated into every part of their fleet, ship controls, weapons targeting, tactics. They move as one, fight as one, think as one. That's their strength, and their fatal weakness." "So," Reese interjected with a knowing grin, "we're bringing chaos to order?" "Precisely." Havoc nodded sharply. "They think our emotions and impulses are our downfall. But that's exactly what we'll weaponize against them. Operation Mindstorm is a go." Reese cracked his knuckles enthusiastically. "Been looking forward to this." Havoc stepped closer, the weight of the moment now settling over the squad. His voice took on a colder, sharper edge. "I want interceptors deployed immediately, modified with psychological payloads. I'm talking heavy metal, adrenaline-spiked combat footage, viral humor montages, pure unfiltered chaos. I want the Taurus so disoriented they'll forget their own names. Is that clear?" "Yes, sir," the squad barked in unified determination. Havoc's eyes gleamed fiercely. "Remember, we're fighting a new kind of war. This isn't just about beating them, it's about humiliating them so thoroughly no alien power dares underestimate humanity again. Deploy now." The Phantom Reapers scattered quickly, leaving Reese and Havoc alone. Reese's face turned serious. "Think it'll be enough, Commander?" Havoc's smile faded, replaced by a steady confidence. "It has to be. They think our resistance is a joke. Time we delivered the punchline." In orbit, the alien armada shimmered silently, bristling with biomechanical weapons ready to reduce humanity's stubborn defiance to ashes. Inside their massive flagship Ascension, the Taurus Hive Master, unseen, unknowable, and utterly confident, psychically linked with his commanders, sensing their collective smugness. "Humans," he mused contemptuously through psychic resonance. "They resist, they struggle, but inevitably fall. Prepare yourselves. Their submission shall occur within hours." His psychic confidence resonated across every alien vessel, the synchronized minds echoing perfect certainty. They had crushed dozens of civilizations. Earth was simply next in line. But suddenly, something alien surged through their psychic network. Something unfamiliar. Disturbing. Terrifying. A chaotic tidal wave of intense emotion exploded into the alien collective consciousness. Hyper-aggressive music pounded against psychic barriers. Visions of impossibly fast human combat footage burned themselves violently into alien minds. Surreal images. Humans surfing massive waves, skydiving from impossible heights, laughing uncontrollably at bizarre nonsensical humor, overloaded their hive awareness, shattering their perfect unity. In seconds, psychic-linked alien commanders crumbled under the relentless mental bombardment. Panic erupted across every alien ship, spreading instantly through the hive network. Back at Mission Control, Reese watched the chaos unfolding through the orbital feed, grinning triumphantly. Commander, it's working! The alien ships, they're losing control. Havoc remained stone-faced, eyes focused intensely. It's not over yet. A shrill alarm erupted through the control room, sending chills down everyone's spines. The tactical display flashed urgently. Reese rushed to the terminal, quickly decoding the new data. He glanced back at Havoc, face pale. Sir, the Concordance activated some kind of emergency protocol. It's an implosion sequence. Their psychic core is destabilizing intentionally. They're going to annihilate everything within the Earth's orbit if we don't stop it now. A tense silence hung in the air. Havoc closed his eyes briefly, then opened them, resolve burning brighter than ever. Then we have no choice. Prep the assault shuttles. I'm boarding their flagship myself. Reese stared back, alarmed. Sir, that's suicide. Havoc grabbed his helmet, slipping it firmly over his head. Maybe. But there's no way I'm letting these bastards have the last laugh. Minutes later, Havoc stood inside the assault shuttle, feeling the violent tremors as they burst upward, hurtling toward the Ascension. His squad silently double-checked weapons, heartbeats synchronized in mutual defiance. As they approached the alien flagship, Havoc's calm crackled. Reese's voice was strained yet hopeful. Commander, the entire galaxy's watching this. No pressure. Havoc smirked under his helmet. Good. I'd hate to disappoint our new fans. Suddenly, massive alien defensive fire lit up the darkness of space. Shuttles rolled, banked, and dodged, slicing aggressively through deadly beams. Sweat dripped down Havoc's forehead, adrenaline coursing through him as explosions erupted dangerously close. His shuttle rocked violently, alarms screaming. Commander, we're losing stability! The pilot shouted desperately. Keep going! Havoc growled fiercely. We punch through now or humanity ends here! He felt the impact viscerally, the violent lurch as the shuttle breached Ascension's outer hull. Sparks showered everywhere, emergency lights flickered red. The shuttle slammed brutally into the flagship's inner docking bay, metal grinding against alien alloys. Doors burst open. Havoc surged forward, rifle blazing, every movement precise, lethal, merciless. Alien warriors fell before him, psychic commanders reeling from mental bombardment, and now physical aggression they never imagined possible. This chaos! An alien voice shrieked psychically, flooded with terror. It's impossible! Havoc stepped forward boldly, weapon raised. No. It's humanity. As the smoke cleared, Havoc stood amidst alien wreckage, calm fury radiating from him. Tell your hive master, he growled into open comms, his voice echoing ruthlessly through the alien ship. He predicted hours. We needed minutes. Humanity sends its regards, and we're coming for him next. He smiled savagely, stepping forward into the shadows of the enemy ship, ready for war. And this was only the beginning. Commander Jax Daxton sprinted through the wreckage-filled corridor of the alien flagship, his pulse roaring in his ears. Beside him, Reese and the rest of the Phantom Reapers moved swiftly, weaving between twisted metal and shattered alien defenses. Smoke hung thick, filling their lungs with the acrid stench of burning biomatter. We've got 10 minutes before the psychic core detonates, Reese shouted over the chaos. You really think we can shut it down in time? We don't have a choice, Havoc snapped sharply. Failure isn't an option. We hit it hard, we hit it fast, no hesitations. Reese nodded grimly, tightening his grip on his rifle. Copy that, Commander. Ahead, alien reinforcements flooded into the corridor, their bodies shimmering unnaturally under pulsing bioarmor. Their psychic shrieks tore into the human squad's minds, an unbearable mental assault filled with raw terror. Stay focused! Havoc shouted aggressively, his voice cutting through the psychic noise. They're trying to break us. Let's remind them why humanity doesn't fold. The Phantom Reapers surged forward, guns blazing with ruthless precision. The aliens recoiled, surprised by the sheer brutality of human resistance. Havoc fought at the forefront, an unstoppable whirlwind of calculated aggression, eliminating targets with explosive efficiency. As the squad advanced relentlessly, an alien commander staggered forward, his voice trembling psychically. "You, humans! How can your minds withstand us? Your species should have collapsed." Havoc responded coldly, firing without hesitation, dropping the commander instantly. "Because chaos makes us stronger." Reese glanced sideways at Havoc, smirking through the soot-streaked visor of his helmet. "I swear, Commander, you're actually enjoying this." Havoc flashed a fierce grin. "You kidding? This is humanity's greatest moment. I'm savoring every second." Suddenly, the corridor shook violently as alarms wailed through the alien ship, a deep, unsettling vibration signaling impending doom. Havoc's eyes narrowed sharply. "Reese, status on that core?" 9 minutes left," Reese said quickly, checking his wrist display. "We're almost there, but resistance ahead is intensifying." "Good," Havoc growled. "Means we're close. Let's finish this." The squad rounded a corner, slamming headlong into an elite guard of towering biomechanical soldiers, their eyes glowing a menacing violet. The creatures shrieked psychically, unleashing a devastating wave of fear, attempting to crush human minds. The Phantom Reapers staggered, momentarily disoriented. One soldier dropped to his knees, clutching his head. Havoc felt the psychic assault piercing deep, memories of past battles and failures threatening to overwhelm him. "No!" he roared defiantly, forcing himself upright. "Fight through it! We're stronger than their nightmares!" His squad rallied instantly, firing viciously, their combined aggression slicing through the psychic chaos. The elite guards fell beneath concentrated gunfire, their psychic screams fading abruptly into silence. Breathing heavily, Reese nodded appreciatively. "Well, Commander, if I had nightmares, they'd look a lot like you in battle." Havoc chuckled dryly. "Flattery later, Lieutenant. Core rooms ahead." They reached the massive chamber doors of the psychic core, its surface pulsing grotesquely, veins of bioluminescent matter threaded across the alien metal. Havoc approached carefully, planting explosive charges along the seal. "Stand clear!" he shouted. The doors exploded inward, showering debris. Havoc charged through the breach, rifle at the ready. Inside, the psychic core towered, an enormous crystalline structure filled with writhing, alien energy, pulsating violently as it approached detonation. At its base, the Hive Master awaited, a towering alien figure, limbs elongated, face featureless yet radiating pure psychic contempt. "Primitive creature," the Hive Master sneered psychically. "Your reckless chaos has merely sealed your destruction. You cannot possibly contain the annihilation you have triggered." Havoc raised his weapon defiantly. "We're humans. Containing chaos is our day job." The Hive Master unleashed a psychic wave, nearly knocking Havoc from his feet. Reese and the Reapers struggled, dropping to their knees, faces twisted in pain. "Your minds will break," the alien hissed coldly. "Your resistance is futile." Havoc gritted his teeth, pushing through the psychic torment, stepping forward relentlessly. "You think humans break? Our entire history is fighting back against impossible odds. We thrive on defiance." The alien intensified his attack, psychic energy crackling visibly around him. "You resist now, but all minds collapse eventually." Havoc felt his vision blur, knees weakening, but stubbornly pressed forward, voice filled with unyielding resolve. "No. Humanity's minds aren't your playthings. They're our weapons!" With a furious shout, Havoc fired repeatedly into the psychic node's base, each explosive round tearing violently into the crystalline structure. The Hive Master recoiled, stunned by Havoc's sheer audacity. "You fool! You risk destruction!" the alien screamed psychically. "I risk nothing I'm not willing to pay." Havoc barked back sharply, firing again and again. The core trembled, energy cascading wildly through the chamber. Reese staggered upright, firing alongside Havoc, his voice roaring defiantly. "Commander's right! We came here ready to die, did you?" The Phantom Reapers, bolstered by their commander's resolve, unleashed hellish fury. The Hive Master shrieked in agony as bullets tore through his psychic defenses, collapsing to the floor. Havoc moved swiftly to the damaged core, urgently manipulating alien controls now flickering erratically. The timer flashed. Less than 2 minutes remained. "Commander!" Reese yelled desperately. "Can you disable it?" Havoc's fingers danced quickly across the alien panel, searching for something, anything familiar. He cursed sharply, frustration boiling. "It's too complex. We can't shut it down." "Then what?" Reese demanded urgently. "Do we run?" Havoc's eyes narrowed sharply, suddenly calm. "No. We redirect it." Without hesitation, Havoc punched in new coordinates. Reese watched with wide eyes, realization dawning. "You're sending the implosion to their fleet?" Reese asked incredulously. Havoc nodded firmly, finalizing commands. "If they love unity so much, let them share annihilation together." The psychic core shimmered violently, shifting trajectory. Havoc quickly stepped back, speaking urgently. "We've got 60 seconds, move!" The Phantom Reapers sprinted desperately toward their shuttle, racing against the clock. Behind them, the psychic energy core unleashed its final destructive pulse, violently consuming the alien flagship's control systems. Havoc leaped aboard the shuttle, sealing doors hastily. "Get us clear, now!" The shuttle surged violently outward, clearing the flagship mere moments before the redirected implosion ripped violently through the alien armada. Dozens of enemy ships burst into flames, psychic screams echoing through space. Reese collapsed, breathless and astonished. "Commander, you just wiped out an entire fleet." Havoc removed his helmet, eyes fierce yet triumphant. "They wanted to break us. Instead, we broke them." He glanced confidently toward Earth, the enemy fleet reduced to burning debris. "Humans don't surrender, we conquer," he said defiantly. "And the galaxy's never gonna forget it." Havoc watched silently from the shuttle's viewport, flames reflecting brightly in his hardened eyes. The once feared alien fleet drifted in ruin, shattered remnants floating aimlessly through the dark vacuum of space. Around him, the Phantom Reapers sat silently, the adrenaline from battle slowly fading, replaced by the heavy weight of victory. Reese leaned back heavily against the shuttle's bulkhead, finally breaking the tense silence. "Commander, we actually did it." Havoc exhaled slowly, never shifting his gaze from the burning wreckage. "We did. But it's not over." Reese hesitated, confusion evident in his voice. "Not over? We just annihilated their entire fleet. The Concordance won't be threatening humanity again anytime soon." "Maybe," Havoc murmured thoughtfully, eyes narrowing with suspicion. "But this victory feels too easy. A species as arrogant as the Taurus wouldn't stake everything on a single fleet. There's something else here. Something we're missing." Lieutenant Reese exchanged nervous glances with the squad. "Commander, you think this was a distraction?" "Exactly," Havoc replied, voice tight with conviction. "They're arrogant, not stupid. If I were them, I wouldn't rely solely on brute force. There's a contingency plan here, we just haven't seen it yet." The shuttle's comm unit crackled sharply, startling everyone. A frantic voice echoed through, urgent and desperate. "Commander Daxton, come in immediately! This is Admiral Myers at Earth Defense Command. We're under direct psychic assault. The planet is experiencing massive disruptions. Entire cities are reporting panic, chaos, mass hysteria." Havoc immediately gripped the comm tightly. "Myers, slow down, explain exactly what's happening." "The Taurus Concordance. They activated some form of psychic wave directly targeting Earth's civilian population. Billions are affected, trapped in their worst fears and anxieties. Our defenses mean nothing if humanity's spirit collapses. Commander, we need your team planetside immediately." Havoc's jaw tightened, fists clenched furiously. "Understood, Admiral. Hold the line, we're coming home." He turned sharply to Reese, eyes blazing with determination. The fleet was never their primary weapon. They knew if they couldn't physically defeat humanity, they'd attack our minds directly. We underestimated how ruthless they'd be. Reese cursed softly, shaking his head. "So, how do we fight psychic warfare on this scale?" Our psychological payloads won't help civilians trapped in nightmares. Havoc stepped forward confidently, steel in his voice. We fight chaos with chaos. They weaponize fear against us. We respond by giving humanity something stronger to believe in. The Phantom Reapers listened intently, their faith unwavering as Havoc spoke. This isn't about military strategy anymore. It's about reminding humanity why we fight, giving them courage. If the Taurus Concordance thinks humans can be broken by fear, they don't know us at all. The shuttle accelerated violently toward Earth, engines roaring fiercely, racing desperately against time. As they entered Earth's atmosphere, a surreal silence gripped them. The once vibrant planet below seemed strangely quiet, cities darkened, frozen in terrified panic. Landing sharply, Havoc led the Phantom Reapers into Earth Defense Command headquarters. Admiral Myers greeted them immediately, face grim with exhaustion. Commander, thank God you're here. The psychic assault has paralyzed entire populations. Our scientists can't pinpoint the source, it's everywhere simultaneously. Havoc nodded, analyzing quickly. That's because it's not physical, it's collective. They weaponize humanity's own consciousness, amplifying fear until we destroy ourselves from within. Then we're lost. Myers whispered, eyes hollow with defeat. No, Havoc corrected sharply. This fight isn't over. Humanity isn't weak, we're resilient. Broadcast a global signal immediately. Put me live, everywhere. Myers hesitated briefly but nodded. Within moments, Havoc faced an open broadcast channel, speaking urgently to billions trapped in terror. This is Commander Jax Daxton. Many of you know me as Havoc. Right now, the enemy wants you to believe you're alone, that you're powerless against your fear. But they're wrong. I've faced their darkness, their threats, and their promises of annihilation, and I stand here undefeated. Havoc's voice surged with fierce determination. Fear isn't stronger than hope, courage, or defiance. Fear only wins if you let it. Stand up, fight back. Remember what humanity truly is. We've always fought against overwhelming odds, and we've always prevailed. His voice grew louder, resonating powerfully. The Taurus Concordance fears us, not because we're physically stronger, but because humanity never surrenders. Rise above their manipulation, resist, fight, overcome. Humanity's greatest weapon is our will to survive. Across Earth, billions listened, hearts pounding, minds suddenly sharper, focused. Slowly, a surge of collective defiance pulsed outward, shattering psychic chains. Panic faded, replaced by raw, stubborn determination. Admiral Myers stared incredulously at global monitors. Commander, it's working. Psychic disruptions are decreasing rapidly. People are regaining control. Havoc exhaled slowly, relief momentarily flickering in his eyes. Reese stepped closer, smiling faintly. Commander, when exactly did you become humanity's motivational speaker? Havoc gave Reese a sideways glance, smirking slightly. I'll take war any day, Lieutenant. Motivational speeches exhaust me. Myers interrupted suddenly, voice urgent. Commander, our sensors picked up a secondary psychic signature. It's localized somewhere on Earth. This might be the source of the attack. Then that's where we strike next, Havoc stated firmly. Coordinates? Myers quickly transferred data. A previously abandoned research facility, Antarctica. It's shielded underground, heavily fortified. Then they're hiding something big, Reese observed grimly. Havoc checked his weapons carefully, determination etched clearly in his features. Then we tear it down. Minutes later, the Phantom Reapers boarded a high-speed assault transport, streaking aggressively toward the frozen wasteland. Silence filled the cabin momentarily before Reese broke it cautiously. Commander, what do you think we'll find down there? Havoc's expression darkened briefly, eyes burning with intensity. Whatever it is, it tried to break humanity. We'll make sure they regret that decision. Reese smiled slightly, nodding. Commander, remind me never to cross you. Havoc glanced over calmly, voice steady and determined. They targeted my planet, my people, and humanity itself. There's no forgiveness left, only victory. Ahead, the barren landscape rushed closer, cold and unforgiving, hiding secrets waiting in the darkness. Havoc breathed deeply, preparing for the final confrontation, voice steady with conviction as he addressed his squad one final time. Today, humanity draws the line. We show the galaxy that we can't be conquered, controlled, or broken. Whatever awaits below, we face it united. Ready? The Phantom Reapers answered fiercely in unison, their defiance unwavering. Ready, Commander! Havoc nodded firmly, eyes blazing as the shuttle landed violently in the snow. Then let's show them why humanity is feared. Without hesitation, he charged forward into darkness, ready to unleash humanity's final act of defiance, unstoppable and determined, knowing that victory was the only option left. Commander Jax Daxton's footsteps echoed sharply against the frozen metal beneath him as he led the Phantom Reapers deeper into the Antarctic facility. The air was cold, sterile, charged with a hidden menace. Reese and the rest followed closely, each step deliberate, each breath measured. Jax's senses sharpened, ready for whatever awaited them in the facility's darkened heart. Commander, something's definitely wrong, Reese whispered cautiously. Sensors detect nothing, but every instinct is screaming at me. Trust your instincts, Jax said firmly. We're not alone here. They moved swiftly, weapons raised, tension building with every corridor traversed. Finally, they reached the core chamber, a massive, circular room pulsing softly with an unnatural, violet glow. At its center stood a towering crystalline obelisk, intricate, alien symbols dancing hypnotically across its surface. Commander Daxton! A cold, psychic voice resonated, filling their minds with bitter contempt. You are truly persistent. Jax stepped forward boldly. And you're truly cowardly. You hide in shadows, attacking civilians through fear. Your fleet failed, your psychic assault failed, so tell me, alien, what exactly makes you think this desperate last act will succeed? The crystalline structure pulsed aggressively, and from the darkness emerged the Hive Master himself, appearing stronger, larger, more imposing than before, psychic energy crackling ominously around him. You underestimate our unity, the Hive Master hissed venomously. You destroyed our fleet, but our psychic essence survives. We cannot be defeated. Jax aimed his weapon steadily, unimpressed. Everything can be defeated. Even you. The Hive Master radiated intense psychic fury. You fight relentlessly, human, but your species' defiance blinds you. Even now, your people's minds remain vulnerable. Destroy me, and the psychic backlash will ravage every human mind on your pathetic world. Reese whispered urgently beside him, voice tight with tension. Commander, is he bluffing? Jax didn't flinch. Maybe. But bluff or not, he dies here. The aliens surged forward aggressively, psychic blasts erupting violently. The Phantom Reapers scattered, returning fire desperately, but physical weapons proved futile as psychic shields absorbed bullets effortlessly. Reese cursed sharply, ducking for cover. Commander, conventional weapons won't penetrate that shield. I noticed. Jax snapped back, mind racing. We need another strategy. The Hive Master laughed psychically, mocking them. Your weapons are useless, your aggression meaningless. Submit, Commander. Witness humanity's final defeat. Jax's eyes narrowed sharply, suddenly understanding. He lowered his weapon, stepping forward defiantly. You keep attacking our minds, weaponizing fear and panic. But you forgot humanity's strongest trait. And what trait is that, human? The alien sneered, amused. Our ability to adapt, to embrace chaos, Jax said fiercely. Reese, set charges around the obelisk. Everyone else, disengage. He's mine. Reese hesitated briefly. Commander, are you? Do it. Jax barked sharply. Reese moved swiftly, following orders despite reservations. The Hive Master observed curiously, unimpressed. Another futile gesture? Not futile. Jax smiled coldly, stepping forward, dropping his rifle. You're linked to that core. Destroying it destroys you. That means psychic feedback, right? The alien froze momentarily, sensing the trap. If you destroy it, your mind shatters too. Exactly, Jax whispered defiantly, eyes blazing. But my sacrifice means humanity survives. We win either way. The Hive Master recoiled slightly, suddenly unsure. You would destroy yourself to defeat me? Such self-destructive behavior makes no sense. It's called heroism, Jax growled, stepping closer aggressively. Something your hive mind will never understand. You're bluffing, the Hive Master hissed uneasily. Jax raised an eyebrow sharply. Am I? The alien hesitated, psychic shields flickering uncertainly. In that instant of distraction, Jax lunged forward aggressively, tackling the Hive Master brutally, knocking him off balance. Psychic energy erupted wildly as they grappled violently, the alien shrieking psychically. Commander, charges are set! Reese shouted desperately. Get clear! Negative! Jax roared fiercely. Detonate it now! That's an order! Reese hesitated again, voice breaking. Commander! Do it, Reese! Jax bellowed furiously, holding the alien tightly. This ends now. Reese reluctantly activated the charges. Explosions rocked violently, ripping through the crystalline core. Psychic feedback surged brutally outward, engulfing Jax and the Hive Master instantly. The alien screamed in agony, energy crackling uncontrollably, psychic shields fracturing. Jax's mind exploded with pain, memories flashing chaotically, friends lost, battles fought, humanity's endless struggle. He clung desperately to clarity, voice roaring defiantly against overwhelming darkness. You lose, alien! Humanity wins! The Hive Master shattered violently, psychic essence scattering chaotically, dissolving into nothingness. Jax collapsed heavily, barely conscious, mind frayed at the edges. Reese and the squad rushed forward, kneeling urgently. Commander! Commander Daxton, stay with us! Jax opened his eyes weakly, managing a faint smile. Did we win? Reese nodded fiercely, voice thick with relief. You did it, Commander. It's over. Good, Jax murmured faintly. Worth the headache. Back at Earth Defense Command, humanity celebrated, united in victory. The psychic assault vanished instantly, civilians rising proudly, their fears conquered, resilience renewed. Across countless worlds, the message spread quickly. Humanity's strength wasn't measured in technology or weapons, but courage, determination, and sacrifice. In recovery, Jax stared thoughtfully toward the stars, Reese quietly approaching beside him. Commander, galaxy-wide channels are broadcasting our victory. Every species knows your name. They're calling humanity unstoppable. Jax smiled slightly, eyes distant yet satisfied. We were always unstoppable. Now they just realize it. Think the Concordants learned their lesson? Reese asked curiously. They learned fear, Jax said quietly, his voice firm. That's enough. After a pause, Reese glanced over cautiously. Commander, back at the core, would you have really sacrificed yourself? Jax's gaze softened momentarily, a quiet seriousness settling over him. Without hesitation. Reese smiled faintly, nodding respectfully. You realize humanity won't let you fade away quietly now. They'll expect you to lead. Jax laughed dryly, voice filled with ironic amusement. Great. Saving the world was easier. Reese chuckled softly. Maybe. But heroes don't choose their battles, they just win them. Jax Daxton stood silently, watching humanity rise stronger, bolder, defiant. The galaxy had underestimated humans, tried to break them, but humanity's defiance, embodied in Jax's sacrifice and courage, sent an unmistakable message, one that echoed endlessly among the stars. Humanity would never surrender, never yield, never again be underestimated. They stood proudly defiant, feared and respected throughout the galaxy. Jax spoke softly, conviction resonating deeply. They thought humanity would fall in hours. We needed minutes. Now, the galaxy understands exactly who we are, unstoppable.